very, very surprising results. I'm actually genuinely shocked by this.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Hi everybody and welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. So the objective for today's video is a simple one. We're going to find out exactly where you get the most money for your video games. I'm as intrigued as anybody because, as you know, if you watch the channel, I tend to get my games, utilise the trading service with CEX and utilise their vouchers. I understand that this isn't for everybody, and sometimes in life we all need cold hard cash. So let's find out where you can get the most cash for your games. I'm going to be looking at a total of 4 different companies. The 2 that we all know on the high street are CEX and Game, of course. I'm also going to be taking a look at Music Magpie, which is solely online. And I think that was one of the first services to really promote the fact that you can send them their goods from the comfort of your own home, and then they will send it back to you in terms of cash.
Can I have your old phone?
Yeah, if you want.
And these jeans?
Listen.
And your console?
You'd be doing me a favour.
Belter! Get in! Great doing business with you, Tommy.
Stop doing that.
The surprisingly easy way to get rid of clutter. Price, box, send. musicmagpie.co.uk.
Also, a company I hadn't come across before, Game Exchange. I found these whilst I was researching for this video. They've got a high score on Trustpilot, but not only that, they have a guarantee on their website where they promise to give you the best price for your games. Let's find out if that's the case.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so the way I've decided to investigate this is to look at 10 different popular video games from this generation and the previous generation. So we'll be looking at PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 and Series X and S. The reason I've not decided to do retro is that not all of these companies will accept retro games for cash, so we're going to do it solely on more modern consoles that all of these companies accept. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take it on a game by game basis, and then we're going to look at the price that all 4 companies will give us for that game. At the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down an average so we can see who gives the highest in terms of the best price and the lowest, and we'll work out an average for that score. And I'm also going to look at which company overall gives you the most cash for these 10 games. Okay, so we're going to be looking at very popular games of which I know you guys have sitting around at home. The first game we're going to be looking at is the biggest selling game on the Nintendo Switch, and that is Mario Kart Deluxe. The best price offered for this game was actually CEX and Game Exchange. They both offered £18. Followed by Game, who offered £17.10, and then Music Magpie that offered £15. Next up, another classic that's been released for a few years now. I have tried to look at both modern releases and ones that have been out a few years, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, so yet another classic game, and this time it is Game themselves that are giving the most money. They're giving £6.80 cash for this game. Then we're looking at Music Magpie, £5.47, and then you've got CEX and Game Exchange that again both giving the same price of £5. There might be a bit of a theme here throughout in terms of Game Exchange and CEX giving a similar sort of price. And I wouldn't be surprised if Game Exchange are utilising the database which is available to everybody through the CEX app to price their goods. I'm not knocking it. I know if I was a small business owner like a lot of other small independent video game stores, utilise the CEX website and the database that they have for thousands of different video games and sort of use that as a barometer for their pricing. Okay, so next we're back on the Nintendo Switch with Breath of the Wild, one of my favourite games of all time. The best price that you will get for this is £25.70, again at Game. I'm so surprised that Game coming out on top on a number of these. But yeah, £25.70 at Game. Second place is Game Exchange 22, CEX 21, and then Music Magpie giving just £15 for Breath of the Wild. Next is a game that I don't own, Forza Horizon 5. This is the most modern game that we've got to thus far, and the best price you will get for this is Game Exchange. So they're living up to that tag of guaranteeing to give you the most money. They're giving £20. CEX then give £17. Game are offering £15.20, and Music Magpie are last with £15. Next up, another one of my favourite games, God of War on the PlayStation 4. This has of course come down quite a lot in price as it's been out for a few years now, but the best price that you will get is at Game, £4.30. Again, CEX and Game Exchange are giving the same price of £4, and Music Magpie are giving just £3.30. Okay, so we're now halfway through. We've looked at 5 games, and I just want to point out that some of these were a lot easier to find the prices for than others. CEX app is very easy. You can either scan the barcode or enter in the information. But then certain apps like Music Magpie, you have to scan the barcode. So games where I own the Steelbook version, or I don't own it at all, I had to go into eBay, source a picture that somebody was selling of the rear of the game, to then get the barcode, type in the code manually, and it did become quite a bit of a hassle. I would also say the same for Game. When you look at how easy it is to get a price at CEX, Game make it more difficult. You have to actually download the app and go through that. It's not something I was able to attain via the website, at least not on a mobile phone anyway.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so next I wanted to give a brand new release, and we're going to be looking at Elden Ring. So the best price that you can get for Elden Ring right now is £26.80 at Game, followed by CEX at 26. Game Exchange with their guarantee are giving 23, and Music Magpie giving £22.96. And another new release, Halo Infinite. What you will find with some of the more modern Xbox exclusive titles is that the prices are a little bit lower because a lot of people are taking advantage of the Xbox Game Pass. So they're not necessarily having the physical copy, and the value for it isn't there because of the demand for the game. But the best price that you will get currently for Halo Infinite is £16 at Game Exchange, followed by £15 at Music Magpie, £14 at CEX, and just £11.60 at Game. Next, and back on the Nintendo Switch, Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey gives £18 both at CEX and Game, so on the high street you can get the same amount of cash. £16 at Game Exchange and £15 at Music Magpie. On to PlayStation 5, and of course another game that I don't own is Horizon Forbidden West. The best price that you'll get for this release is actually Music Magpie, £25. Then you're looking at £22, again both the same at CEX and Game Exchange, and £20.70 at Game. And now to the 10th and final game, and I wanted to throw in a bit of a curveball, and I wanted to put in a PlayStation VR game. So I wanted to go with my favourite PSVR game, and that is Astro Bot. Astro Bot is getting £8 at CEX, £6.35 at Music Magpie, £4 at Game Exchange, and arguably the most shocking of all the prices throughout this whole list, Game are offering £1.80 for Astro Bot. £1.80. Wow.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so it's time to look at the scores on the doors. And for those of you that are interested, the way that I've worked this out is because there's 4 companies, I've given each company a score for each game. So if they give you the most cash, they get a number 4, and then it goes down respectively, so the least amount offered gets a number 1. So therefore, the company with the most points at the end is effectively the best on average for the 10 games that we've looked at. With that said, very, very surprising results. I'm actually genuinely shocked by this. The best company on average to give your games to with 32 points is Game. I'm so surprised. I honestly thought Game was terrible when it comes to bringing in things. I don't even think about it. So if I've learned anything, I've learned it's well worth checking between Game and CEX if you are determined to sell your goods on the high street. Next up we have CEX, who I expected to be there or thereabouts, as they do seem to have the market share of trade-ins, obviously when it comes to getting the vouchers, but also with cash as well. That is followed by Game Exchange, who got 28 points, so not too far behind CEX. And in last place, by a considerable margin, was Music Magpie, with just 20 points.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Having an average of wherever they had the best or the worst in terms of the price doesn't quite give you the full description. So let's look at who would give you the most cash for your games. And number 1, as I initially thought, is CEX. CEX are offering £153 cash for all 10 games. In second place is Game Exchange at £150, which means CEX is third at £148. What that says to me is that even though they had the best average in terms of the most cash, they also were quite up and down. Some offered a lot of cash, some offered very surprising amounts, like Astro Bot. So Game is definitely one of them companies that you need to take your eye on. Don't go in with a big bag full of stuff, because you might be getting a good price on some, but you might be getting a shocking price on other things. And if we have learned anything from today, because obviously these numbers are very up and down and not overly definitive, but if we have learned anything, do not sell your items to Music Magpie. They give just £138. Music Magpie definitely serves a purpose, and quite often I buy from them. If I'm buying something on eBay, whether it be a DVD, Blu-ray, or a CD, they're quite often the cheapest. So I mean, I suppose it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can't expect them to pay the most if they're then going to sell it for the most. Me personally, I'd rather buy from Music Magpie than sell from them. Hopefully you guys have taken something away from today's video. I know that I was definitely surprised by some of these results. And hopefully it will help you guys going forwards. As I said at the start of the video, there's times where we all need cash, there's no shame in it. If you've got games lying around that you don't play and you don't want to trade them in for vouchers, hopefully you can utilise this video and get the most bang for your buck. I appreciate everybody that's taken the time to watch. Thank you very much. Play your games, keep it retro, and I'll see you all real soon. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.